What's up people, Pokeplay here, and today I'm featuring another Wi-Fi battle. It's against Tim, better known as Mighty Marowak on Twitch, which I needed a battle for YouTube because I wanted to bring you guys 2 to 1 video a day, and I asked on Pimp Knight's Twitch if anyone would like to battle, and Tim replied to me, so let's hop into the battle. It's a really long battle because his wheezing is just too bulky and I couldn't touch it at all. But he leads off with his Hitmonchan while I lead off with my Scarfed Rampardos. And he did not expect my Rampardos to be scarfed, so he stayed in because that's just an optimal play. And I kill him off with a Sand Headbutt. Nice and easy. So he switched in his sock, and here I switch out because I thought his sock would be scarfed too, because why wouldn't he switch it in? But it turns out to be not scarfed. So but here I'm still think that it was scarfed because he switched out on my Miss Magius. So I go for a nasty plot because I know he can't stay in on me, and after this one I go for another nasty plot because of that freaking I don't know what you call it. Well, I don't know what the name is of the Pokemon. I knew it, but I forgot it. So here I did not expect him to go for Protect, so I did go for a... Oh yeah, that was right. I made a misclick because I know it's a normal type, so Ghost doesn't affect it. So I misclicked, and he did go for the Protect, so that was a lucky thing on my part. But I should have gone for another nasty plot because he can't touch me at all. But yeah, sometimes things happen. And I got a lucky Parahex on my Thunderbolt, which is pretty nice. But didn't matter at all because he did not get any Parahex, which was kinda lucky in his favor. And I predicted his Protect and go for another nasty plot because I know he can't touch me. He only can stall my poison a little bit up. So that's what that Pokemon likes to do. I think he's running Heal Bell, Protect, Toxic and Wish, or something else for Heal Bell, but I'm not sure. Most of those Pokemon run that set, and I'm actually running a Life Orb on this one, but usually... Ooh, that was such a close one. But usually I run the Focus Sash, but in this case it was better to run to run that move. So right here I switch into my Bibarel, right? Yes, I switch into my Bibarel because I predicted him to go for Protect so I can get a free curse off, but he switches in his... Oh, it's Mr. Mime with the Technician boosted move. So here he goes for a Confusion, but when I saw that I didn't know Mr. Mime had... Oh no, I forgot Mr. Mime carried Technician, so it was really a surprise for me to see Confusion instead of Psychic or some kind of moves. So here he switches in his tank, his Weezing, and he goes for a Willow. Well, I go for a Return, which does absolutely nothing, so that's kinda unfortunate. I get my Citrus with the Burn, and here he goes for Sludge Bomb. I'm especially defensive, so that doesn't do too much damage. And here I'm just spamming Waterfalls, which does a little bit more than the Return does, but still it does nothing. So I'm sacking off my Bibarel, but he makes good plays by going for stockpiles instead of killing me. So I didn't see the stockpile coming. I knew Weezing sometimes carry stockpiles, but I didn't face any stockpiled Weezings before, so I was really surprised. So here I switch out because I don't want them to get 3 stockpiles up. So I switch into my Hypno, my annoying thing. And after this one I go for a Tunnel Wave to let him be a little bit paralyzed. So he is already slower than me, but still there's a chance of him getting some para hacks. So right here he's paralyzed and he goes for a Sludge Bomb, which does nothing, but he gets a lucky poison, which is really unfortunate. That cost me a lot of momentum, because my Hypno can totally block that Weezing with my Flatter, the Thunder Wave and Sand Headbutt combo, but he's still lucky enough to get the poison, so my Hypno is withering down by that poison, which is really unfortunate and pretty lucky on his part. But yeah, this is a really long part of the battle, so if you guys think it's pretty boring, with I do too, so just skip it to 2 or 1 minute later. So here I get a flinch, because that's what Sand Headbutts usually do. Oh, and I missed 2 Sand Headbutts in a row. Let's see, maybe that's after this one. Let's see. Yep, 2 Sand Headbutts in a row. That's just so unfortunate. So here he hits itself in his confusion, which does absolutely nothing, which is pretty unfortunate, because that would have been nice. So I still get poison damage, which is so annoying. And here I miss another Sand Headbutt. Sand Headbutt has more than, I think, 85 accuracy, something like that, but it's not useful. It actually never misses. Just it's the accuracy that misses once in a time, but not a lot. And now it misses 2 times in a row, and it's just so annoying. So here I get another Sand Headbutt off, and I get a lucky flinch, which is nice. Yeah, I got pretty lucky with those flinches. But still, that Weezing does not have a lot of chance to hit me. So I'm gonna spam some more Sand Headbutts, and he flinches again. So yeah, that's lucky on my part, I have to admit that. So this is really a long part of the battle. It's so boring to watch. Oh god, I wish I could have skipped it, but I can't. Well, maybe I can, but it's kinda weird to do that. So I'm still spamming Sand Headbutts, and he finally snaps out of his confusion and kills me off with a Sludge Bomb. So right here I switch in my Totara, because I know I can tank his hits, because poison is not super effective on me. So I go for the Lychee to get at least some residual damage of that thing, because this is a boosted Sludge Bomb, because I used Flatter on him, so it's a 2 times boosted Sludge Bomb and didn't do too much, so that's nice. It's also because of my ground typing, so that neutralizes the poison damage. So here I go for a Synthesis, just to get my health back and to get some Lychee damage off that annoying Weezing, and he goes for the Willow and misses it. That's okay. I think this match is kinda hexy on both sides, so I don't mind that. Cause yeah, I got a lot of luck in this match too, so I have to admit, it's just hex on both sides, and it's pretty annoying. So here he goes for a Willow, but I carry the Lamb because of the the walls that try to poison me or burn me, as you guys saw. And I do not have enough lefties. I just have one lefty, which is kind of sucks, but it's okay. So here I'm spamming wood hammers because I want some damage off the thing. And here he goes for a freaking pain split. And here I was like, oh god damn it. He also carries that. Oh. So he's back to nearly full health. And I was like, okay, this is gonna take some while. So after a few turns, yeah, I'm still spamming wood hammers, which is really boring to watch. Well, actually the animation of wood hammer is pretty nice. So here he gets a para hex, which is okay. You've used a lot of moves already, so that's not too bad. So let's see what's gonna happen right now. Oh, here I'm gonna switch into my Rampardos. Oh no, I'm sacking off my Burrow because I predicted him to go for a Will-O-Wisp, which he does, because he wants to get a burn on my Totara, but I don't want to get a burn that he gets a burn on me. So here I'm just gonna go for another, let's see, I think I was going to return, right? Yes, return. So that does absolutely nothing, and he kills me with a sludge bomb. When I would have been in his position, I would have gone for another stockpile, because he knows I can touch that thing with my Bibarel, and I'm just sacking it off. So right here, this is really a point in the match which was really lucky on my part, because I get a lucky crit on the hedge smash, and I'm really happy with that crit. Whew, that was such a lucky crit, but so nice. Rampardos, you did a great job this battle. So I switch out because I know I'm scarfed, so I'm locked into head smash, and I know that doesn't kill that that sock. So he gets a lot of damage with that close combat, and he switches out right here. I think I would have stayed in and killed my Totara, but he didn't do that. So I go for a EQ, because with one defense drop that would have done nice damage to the sock. But he switches into its Pokemon where I forgot the name of. Yeah, I know. So I think it's just a sacrifice, and right here he switches in its Pyroar. So I know I don't want to stay in on that thing, and right here I switch out predicting a fire type move, but he predicted my prediction and goes for a hyper voice, but I live it with 14 health. That's just amazing. And here I kill off his Spyroar with a nice and clean Aqua Jet. And he told me after the battle that he usually runs a sash on that Pyroar, but he forgot to put it on, so that's pretty unfortunate on his part, because that cost him the game pretty much. So right here I'm sacking off my Totara to get some defense drops on that sock, so I can kill it off with a Aqua Jet. But this is time in the match where I found out that his sock wasn't even scarfed, so I was really surprised by that. So my Totara is down, and I go into my Rampardos knowing that he isn't scarfed. So I go for a Sand Headbutt and take him down to his sturdy, and I totally forgot about that sturdy, so my Rampardos is down because of that sturdy. And right here the match is totally over, because I have my Basculin left with priority and he has 1 HP left. So I switch in my last Pokemon, my Kavana 2.0 and he goes for an Endure just to troll me a little bit, something like that. So my Aqua Jet doesn't do anything because of that Endure. And right here I clean this battle off with my Basculin. So good game, Tim. Really enjoyed the battle. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Leave a like if you did, subscribe and all that stuff. And I see you guys in my next video. Later.